Shall we begin?
Welcome to the Happy MonsterCast. I'm your host, Scott Marchand Davis of Happy Monster Press.
Let's begin now.
This week on the Happy MonsterCast, the investigators go clubbing and make a mysterious discovery. This podcast contains adult language and adult situations. Previously on the Happy MonsterCast, hard-boiled detectives Philip Marlowe and Victor Shaw run a two-bit detective agency on Chicago's west side, trying to stay one step ahead of the Moran and Capone gangs, with help from urban adventurer and vigilante Jack Mallard, drifter Eli Harrington, mysterious bruiser Marcus Belfast, and patent scientist Dr. Humboldt Harrison. Humboldt wants to check out a new patent science show at the Dill Pickle Club, but the performers are hiding something. Will the detectives figure out what? So you've heard some rumors that Humboldt really wants to check out in the interest of science. You know, things have been getting a little hot with the mob and the Ghost Rock and this Red Rum situation and the mysterious rumors of the Black Line, and you kind of feel like maybe something a little lighter would be helpful here. So you've picked up some entertainment news that you want to check out. So in the last couple of weeks at the Dill Pickle Club, real club did exist.
Yeah.
There's been some new entertainment out there. Specifically, a gentleman by the name of Mr. Electrico. Mr. Electrico claims to be a patent scientist who claims to have suffered a terrible accident, leaving his face a scarred mess, and therefore always wears a metal mask. Apparently, he has the world's most realistic mannequin, and also does prognostication, including private fortune-telling sessions. So he's suggesting that perhaps it would be exciting to go and check out this operation.
I'm always up for seeing another a patent scientist at work.
Oh, that sounds safer.
Especially at night, especially if they work at a nightclub.
Ooh, nightclubs. But not ghosts, so, that's all good.
I'm always up for fun.
So I'm going to place you all into full screen here. Now place you all into the club.
I am close to the bar, just where I like to be.
All right, so the four of you are here at the show, and it's quite a presentation. So Mr. Electrico apparently only performs once a week, and he is in fact wearing a metal mask, and on his lap is what he bills as the world's most realistic mannequin. He identifies as Kid Morangaria. And Kid Morangaria is remarkable in his ventriloquism. And he also carries a rather science fictional looking wand. And he pitches that he has that in addition to his invention of this marvelous, realistic mannequin, I also have developed the bioelectrical aura magnifier. This metal rod, connected to a vision system built into my metal mask, makes your aura visible to my sight, enabling me to determine your near-term fate. I can see precisely what you are thinking now, and further, I can see your likely future. And he proceeds to do some mind-reading tricks with people in the audience. Several people there, and he says, well, are there any others who would like to experience the advanced scientific technology of this miraculous device? Yeah, boss. Let's show a few more folks how powerful this device is, says the mannequin.
Okay, I am itching to get a closer look at this thing because I feel confident that once I get a close look at how this thing is done, I'll be able to figure out how it works and whether this is just flimflammery or whether he has actually been able to do something with like a chronosync classic infundibulum type thing.
Okay, so you're gonna volunteer?
I will volunteer.
Please, sir, please approach. Yeah, let's see what's in that head of yours inside that crazy hairdo.
Oops.
I don't want to completely leave the bar.
Outside, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, I can see you have a powerful mind. I would like you to think of a popular figure, perhaps a movie star, a politician, a scientist, someone like that. All right, so who are you thinking of first off?
Is this in game or am I telling you, Scott?
Yeah, well, in game, but yes, you can tell me who you're thinking of.
I am thinking of Herbert Hoover.
Okay, so now I would like you to make a smarts roll, please.
That I can do. Jeez.
Says, it seems you have politics on the mind because you're thinking of none other than our good president, Mr. Herbert Hoover. Yeah.
Wow.
The question is, did you vote for him or not?
That's hilarious.
Now I'd like you to make a weird science roll. Okay, so you're as he's doing his act here, you don't see any telltale signs of weird science in either the mannequin, the rod, or the mask. So whatever is going on here, it's either extremely sophisticated or it's not weird science at all. But you're not really sure which. And so as he wraps up his act, he says, remember, I'm available for private readings at the low cost of $50 each. Here, sir, take my card. I'll be conducting readings in the back room here, or you can contact me for a private reading at a later time.
Would a detect arcana give me an indication of what just happened, or does it have to be while he's doing it?
It could, depending on what's actually going on here.
All right, I'm going to detect arcana.
Okay, what does your detect arcana device look like?
What does it look like? It looks like a cigarette case. It's a rather thick cigarette case, polished to a mirror sheen, and the point of the like the sort of the mirror part of it, it actually in some ways would resemble an oversized or overstuffed lady cigarette case. Where they might use the top as a mirror, but in fact it's a photosensitive screen that will give me an indication of where Arcana is, and actually it will. And if I use the reverse power of concealing Arcana, it would be a projector, like sort of like a muffling type beam. Like an inverse flashlight, if you know what I mean.
All right, so what you get is you get a distinct sense of some kind of arcane power coming from both the mask and the mannequin. But with that roll, it's not quite high enough for you to be able to tell what kind of arcane power it is. You could Benny it and try to do better.
I guess I will. I don't have a lot of confidence that I'll be able to get higher, but
yeah, you need a raise to do better, and you get the exact same roll. So there's definitely some kind of some kind of arcane occult energy happening here. It could be weird science, but it could be something else too.
Right. Well, I go back to my compatriots and I relay all of this, and tell them about this. Who else in our party has got like occult detection or something else like that? Can anybody chime in on that?
Well, I just have straight up occult.
Yeah, so you're familiar with occult things, but you're not. You don't have any special powers.
Well, since sorry,
Eli,
it's got something to do with the mask.
Eli does have occult powers, but he's not. Yeah, so Eli just arrived, came to the party late.
Oh,
so
yeah.
You're investigating. Hang on a second. I need to.
Almost gotcha.
Okay. I need to de-echo you here. 1 second. Okay.
Guys, I think the shrooms just kicked in.
Haven't had any in months.
All right.
Harder to get.
So
Love them, though.
your friends invited you to this.
Yep.
So your friends invited you to this club to check out this performer, Mr. Electrico, who supposedly can do mind reading stunts and predict the future. And he did apparently successfully read Dr. Humboldt's mind. And Humboldt's very interested in this guy. And he came back over and said, he picked up some sort of arcane shenanigans off of him. But he's not quite sure what it is. It's not clearly weird science. In fact, it may not be weird science at all. Although that's what he's claiming to be a patent scientist. And he's offering fortune telling for $50 a pop in the back room, if anyone's interested.
Am I getting any hunting ground?
You getting a Manitou vibe off of him?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Your Manitou is not getting torqued up about this guy at all.
Can I make an occult roll?
You absolutely can. And so can anyone else who care to.
I'll try as well.
What am I picking up? Ooh.
Unskilled.
Jack's not unskilled, though.
Oh, explosions.
Good Lord.
On the dice. Fire.
All right, who was that? Who was that occult man? Okay, Jack. You've been hearing rumors on the streets. So obviously this guy could be a grifter. You know, you're certainly familiar with grifting, the heir to the hucksters of the past. You also know that there's been voodoo drifting up from the south. That could account for something like this, although the whole mind reading thing doesn't really fit with that. That doesn't seem like something that would be consistent with your typical voodoo ability, or really with grifting, or for that matter, with patent science. This is not what you'd expect from any of those.
Out of curiosity,
Yeah.
because I did sit in my dilettante background, I did spend some time on the stage. I'm wondering if I kind of zeroed in on the dummy, do I notice anything on that thing that would... Are there any signs that maybe it's not, an actual marionette?
Give me a notice roll. But I have more to tell you from your occult roll also after you do that.
Okay.
It looks very marionette-like.
Okay.
So you've been hearing rumors, though, about a new kind of occultist on the streets. Something with kind of mentalist powers, a bit like the old spiritualists of the 19th century, but something that's also the government's gotten involved with. And they do seem to have the kind of mental powers that might get into predicting the future or reading people's minds. So you're wondering if this guy might be involved with something like that.
Are we talking sort of like a pre-MK Ultra crazy kind of thing?
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Could be.
The men who stared at Depression-era goats.
Oh my god.
So I convey this information to my party on the fly.
Oh boy.
And I'm thinking maybe we should get a private reading if you really want to get up close and personal with this.
Well, I kind of think so, because either this guy, has got some powers that maybe we could contract and rely on for certain kinds of jobs, or he's got a mask. He's got, some technology that I would kind of like to copy. I'd sort of like to reverse engineer this. I think it would be, pretty cool to have. I mean, I think it would be very useful to have.
It's okay. You can say cool. We don't judge.
Useful.
We'll scrape together $50.
Okay, so who's going to go in? Or are you going to try to get a private reading with all of you?
No, that's kind of expensive.
Right.
$50 back in the day. Holy cow.
Parlor readings aren't as reliable. Too many extraneous variables.
Individuals, yeah.
All right, so who's going in? Who wants their future told? I'm guessing probably not Marcus.
Is there anything as a grifter I would know about what he's doing just because I'm a grifter?
If it's an actual grift, it's a really good one.
Okay.
You don't think you'd be able to pull off something like what he's doing in terms of literally pulling the name right out of the guy's head.
Oh, geez, no. Okay.
Well, I feel like I would be able. I've got the stuff that would let me see through some of these things, or at least pick up on some of it. One thing that I didn't think of before, Scott, would my repair ability allow me to have to analyze or to parse out the mechanism behind the mannequin?
If you were able to inspect it very closely, yes.
Okay.
So does that mean you're going to go in and do the private reading?
unless somebody else has a super burning desire to, yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
No.
All right, you go in, you have a seat. He says, Dr. Harrison, I wondered if you would want a further reading.
I do, Mr. Electrico. I must admit that I am amazed and impressed by what I've seen so far.
Oh boy.
As a man of science, I suspected you might be. What is your question? What is on your mind? What do you wish to know of your future?
So what I want to know is how we can best work with. I'm checking my notes here, make sure that I did this right. So Scott, just out of game here. We make contact with Elliot Ness, and we got his equipment or the radionic protonizer. Are we working with the feds yet, or have we yet to make that connection?
No, you got Compton him, and you have Compton's prototype.
Okay. All right.
Got it.
Okay. So I guess what would be good to know is what is the ultimate fate of Al Capone?
The ultimate fate of Al Capone. Interesting.
Sorry. And I don't mean he's going to die. Okay, we're all going to die. All right. The organization that he's built up here in Chicago. What's going to happen with Al Capone with respect to the power structure in Chicago?
Intriguing. Most intriguing. Most people who come to me wish to know of their own fate. Few ask for information about others. Let me consult your aura and see if there is information about Mr. Capone within it. So he gazes deeply at you for a moment, and he says, yes. The ultimate fate of the Capone organization will depend upon you and your friends. If you and your friends unravel a mystery, then Capone will fall to the hand of the law. If you fail to unravel this mystery, then he will fall to the hands of his rivals, and Chicago, the streets will run red with blood.
Well,
That's appropriately dramatic.
I do not know that I have ever seen such a grim vision in an aura.
and what's the nature of the mystery?
That, I am afraid, is beyond my abilities to understand, but it is a mystery that is already entangled with you and your friends.
Okay, so as he is doing this, I'm going to look very, very closely here, using all of my weird science knowledge and ability to try to parse out. Wait, no. I've already established that there's no weird science.
So if you want to sneakily look at the mannequin, I'd like you to make a stealth roll.
All right, let me do stealth.
Not bad. Let's see how this goes here. So you take give me a repair roll.
Okay.
The mannequin is extraordinary. You've never seen anything like it. It could almost be human, but not quite.
Well,
I would also then like you I see you have a great deal of interest in Kidmore and Guerra. It is one of my finest creations.
I have never seen the like. I've never seen workmanship of this caliber before.
It is indeed a masterpiece. Yeah, I'm a masterpiece, boss.
Wow. So I lean in and looking at this, and I say, so, kid, can you tell me about your perceptions, your existence here? I mean, how do you interact with the world?
Whatever my boss tells me to do.
And how long have you been alive? When Mr. Electrico, when did you build the kid?
I'm just a kid. I'm only 6 months old.
Wait, what?
Well, he's a mannequin. He was built 6 months ago, presumably.
Oh, yeah.
So he sort of has the appearance of like a 10-year-old boy or something like that.
About that, yeah. 10, 11 years old. So maybe a small 12-year-old.
Okay. So I say, the alloys used in this construction are just absolutely, amazing. Can I assume that you're using a nobelium tantalum ghost rock alloy in the skin?
Make a... So basically you're trying to trick him here.
Yes.
How do I want
Because everybody knows that you can't make ghost rock nobelium alloys. Probably what, persuasion?
Probably performance is what I'm thinking, which is unskilled for you, but that's okay. But I'm going to say it's performance, but +2 because you're using your technical knowledge to try to trick him.
Okay, so let me give it unskilled with a +2.
Good luck.
That's a pretty good roll. And it's going to be opposed by his smarts.
Oh.
Ooh.
Certainly not. It's I opted for more of a polymer construction for a more realistic appearance.
Extraordinary. And what did you use for the catalyst to stabilize the polymerization? I'm going to try this again because I still smell a rat.
Make a science roll for that one, because that's actually that's a legitimate question. Not weird science, just straight up science.
Oh, sorry.
So that's a hell of a roll.
Too bad. Okay, here comes the science roll. Oh, son of a bitch! Yes,
Snake eyes.
I used an unquadium compound. And you're like, whatever. That sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh, whatever. All right. Damn it! I used up all my good rolling on a bad thing.
Weird science roll. Go ahead and make a notice roll, though. He does seem nervous.
Okay, so now at this point, all right, I'm going to change tactics here, and I'm going to lean in and say, you know, Electrico, guy running a grift in this town might get it pretty rough if he isn't careful. If he tries to cheat off the wrong people. Son of a gun, this guy's bulletproof.
Maybe, maybe not.
Wow. Rolling well, though.
I would like you to make a spirit roll, please. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Okay. So the puppet looks at you and says, "Leave now." And you feel the force of that command hit you, but you resist it.
Okay. So
And you sense that command came from the puppet, not from Mr. Electrico.
okay. All right. So I am gonna. I can just one of two ways. All right. So I say to the puppet, "All right, cut the bullshit. What are you really doing here?" And I lean up in a menacing sort of way, and I really, really give it to him. What is all this with this guy?
By the way, is he sitting in the room by himself, or are we all kind of watching?
Oh my God.
Wow. Okay.
What the hell?
But more
Oh
than
my
one player
goodness.
in here.
Jesus.
I feel like I'm about to get my
Right over
ass
here,
thrown
I
out the
get
door
this.
in a minute here.
Yeah. So Plan B. Plan B. Yeah. The puppet says Plan B. Okay. So now
Oh my goodness.
I'm
What
going to
is
need you
going
to
on?
make a smarts roll at -2, please.
God, this is going to fry my brain, and I'm going to be sitting in the corner eating glue for the rest of the week. All right, here we go. Maybe not. Maybe not.
Okay,
not
so there's like a wash of confusion over your mind, and then nothing. And Mr. Electrico
Wow.
just like puts his hand in his face and he says, "Please tell me you're not with the feds."
Technically, we're not. Like, they're doing their own thing way over there.
Right. So I say to him, we have worked with the feds in the past. We haven't yet connected up with them to root out whatever the hell it is you're doing here. But, they certainly are aware of us, and, we collaborate from time to time. So what are you really doing here, pal?
Look, we're just trying to keep our heads down, okay? Says the mannequin. And abruptly, he's not a mannequin. He's a 12-year-old kid.
Right.
And the guy takes his mask off, and he's not hideously scarred. He says, "Look, neither of us asked for this. We just had these powers one day, and the feds want us, and they're just going to use us like tools and throw us away when we're not useful anymore. So we met up, and we've been able to run this scam just to get money to eat and to keep a low profile so that we look like patent scientists like you instead of whatever the hell we are that the feds want. I escaped from a camp, and I found the kid here, and we're just trying to stay in one piece."
Okay. All right. I got two things to say. Okay. First thing is, This is more of a question than a statement. Reversing a time-honored trend of more of a comment than an actual question. My question is, would you mind if I brought my friends in here so we can talk about this a little bit? I think I might have a solution for you.
Might as well, yeah.
So I open the door and I motion everybody, come on in. We're here in the private viewing room. So I motion everybody, come on in so we can.
Okay, and as Marcus comes in, they both kind of turn pale and like, what the hell are you?
Somebody.
Hey, we don't judge. Okay. So now that we're all here, I kind of give the explanation and I talk a little bit about the whole deal and all that. And I say, look, you're entertaining the bar patrons here in the Dill Pickle Club. And I guess you're making some money and everything. But as a way to keep your head down and to be inconspicuous, buddy, this ain't it. All right. You're literally attracting attention to yourself with this act. Why don't you use your psionic skills to, I don't know, go sell brooms or something? Go, do something else. You could, make plenty of money to survive. You don't have to kip out of Chicago and, go out on the lam and be really low. You are literally doing public performances here.
Guy's got a point. Ray, says the kid. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So what do you want from us?
Well, and this is part of the reason why I thought it'd be good for everybody to be in here. Each of us on the member of the team here could do different things. We have various skills and abilities. And it seems to me, anyway, and I like to suggest this to everybody else, that, if you guys wanted to join up with us, and to work, to solve some of the weird shit that's going on here in Chicago, your skills might be able to be put to use. You could have a place to hide out, and you'd have a roof over your heads. And that would help us to solve some stuff, solve problems and everything more quickly. So now, I'm just tossing this out for general discussion.
As long as if you can keep us off the radar for the feds, I'm not willing to go out and solve crimes or anything with you guys, but we can stay in the background and help out that way. I'm game.
What do you think, gang?
I did tell you everything I knew. Whatever you're mixed up in with Capone and Moran, it's not good.
How much does it cost to keep a young man and a boy?
Never
done this sort of thing before.
We're not asking for much. Just like just a cot somewhere clean and a couple of square meals a day.
I'm just thinking that with your psionic abilities, you were very convincing in the way that you were projecting this stuff. And look, I'm one of the 7 smartest men in the world, and you were almost able to overcome even my galaxy spanning intellect.
Oh boy.
So
well, look,
God, he's modest.
Look, there's really only a couple of things we can do here. I can usually pick up surface thoughts from people, and sometimes I can see what's coming. Not always, and not clearly. Like I said, when you asked about Capone, I think the only reason I could see that is because you're mixed up in this whole situation. And usually I can see what's going to happen or likely to happen, but there's a branch here, and that branch is not pretty. Okay. And the kid can, well, you saw, he can disguise himself extremely well, not just as a mannequin, but pretty much any way he wants. And he can read surface thoughts too. And sometimes he can control people in a limited way. Problem is they'll remember when he does. So it's a last resort kind of thing.
Okay.
That's fine.
I think, I think
certainly an asset to a detective agency.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we could certainly
employ his skills.
employ your skills. And I would say that if things don't work out well, you could always go, go be a fuller brush man. With your skills, you should be able to, make a better sales pitch. With a little bit of mind reading, you know exactly what to say to sell them brushes.
Well, you got a good point there. So I'll tell you what, we'll help out. We'll help out with how about we stay near your office, and when you want to bring people in to question them, we can tell you whether they're telling the truth or not and what they're hiding from you.
That's
good.
a lovely arrangement.
That
fine. Sounds really good. Great, interrogators. Okay. But I got to ask one last question. What are your actual names? Because I'm not sure that I could keep calling you Mr. Electrico.
No, we better leave those behind. I'm Ray Darp. I know it sounds very dramatic, but that's just I drew a short straw on that one.
Ray Darp, D-A-R-P? Dark.
Light and
okay.
dark.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
And this is Bobby McClellan.
Bobby McClellan. Not to be confused with Bobby McFerrin. Got it.
I don't know who that is.
Bobby McFerrin.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
I don't know who that is.
Don't worry. Be happy.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, we met up. He was a runaway. We met up in an alley.
Okay. Well, Bob and Ray, it's good to have you with us.
Yeah, I escaped from. Yeah, I don't know if you've heard of the agency.
Oh.
Well, let's.
No. Tell me about the agency.
Yeah, the agency.
Oh boy.
You're probably you should probably be just as glad you haven't. So
what do they round up folks like us?
They round up folks like me.
So are they focused just kind of exclusively on folks who have powers of the mind? What we patent scientists would call psionics?
Not exclusively. They're focused on the security of the Union, from what I understand.
The Union? What's that?
I.e. national security BS.
The United States.
Hey.
Yeah, the use of justifying national security to mess with people, that stuff.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, from what I understand, they're anything supernatural. They're on it. The old hucksters in the West, from what I hear, they pretty much wiped them out.
Pretty cold.
They certainly are, yeah.
Well, okay. So I would suggest that you guys resume, we're all, private here inside the reading room here. I would suggest that, well, I don't know. I mean, if you guys want to finish your act tonight in your alter egos and then meet us at this address, and I give them the address of our offices / boarding rooms. Come here, make your way quietly, and don't be followed when you come here. We'll get you settled in.
Yeah, just you see any guys in black suit, black coat, black trench coat, black fedora, you tell us right away, and we're out.
Okay,
got it.
Those men in black, that's the agency.
Oh,
we're out.
The men in black, huh?
Yeah.
I feel like that could be a song or something.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right, so you picked up some allies, and that is where we are going to leave it for tonight. You can follow Happy Monster Press on Facebook as Happy Monster Press, at our website, happymonsterpress.com, Twitter as Happy Monster PRS, or follow the podcast on YouTube, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, iTunes, or Google Play Music. The Happy Monster Cast is part of the Savage Worlds Media Network. This game references the Savage Worlds game system available from Pinnacle Entertainment Group at www.peginc.com. It is unofficial media content, permitted under the Media Network Content Agreement. This content is not managed, approved, or endorsed by Pinnacle Entertainment Group. Certain portions of the materials used are the intellectual property of Pinnacle and all rights are reserved. Savage Worlds, all related settings and unique characters, locations, and characters, logos, and trademarks are copyrights of Pinnacle Entertainment Group. All other content is the intellectual property of Happy Monster Press. Music, Ice Cold by Jason Shaw.
And Soft Despair by Unheard Music Concepts.
Oh, for sure.